Hey guys, welcome back. Check out this video about the money in the bank is never yours.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, is this your yacht?
Yeah,
And what line of business are you in out here in the UAE?
I have multiple businesses.
How many?
8,
You own 8 businesses? How long have you been an entrepreneur?
22 years now.
Over these 22 years, what was the most amount of money that you've made in a single year?
69 million.
69 million? And, and could we interview you real quick?
Yeah, please, but take the shoes off.
What was the #1 book that changed your life?
I can tell you. I was 18. My first mentor gave it to me. It was Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here comes the clue. 90% in your mind and 10% financially.
So mindset's very important.
No mindset, no financial freedom. And not believing in yourself is the most selfish thing that you can do.
Do you believe in God?
It turns out that I'm starting to believe more in God.
Why is that?
Faith and hope is always the last resort of humanity. If you don't have hope at the end, what do you have?
What's a lesson about money that banks don't want people to know? You're the top 1% of the top 1%.
The money that you have in a bank account is owned by the banks and not by you, even if it's a loan to the bank. If the bank fails, the money is gone. Money in the bank is better in your own pockets rather than the bank.
And where are you from?
Germany.
Why did you move to the UAE?
It's one of the safest places in the world. Fantastic banking system. The opportunities, the mindset, the people are mind-blowing different. It created great opportunities for us. So if you risk something in life, there's always reward, right?
Were you a big risk taker?
I have always been going all in my life. That's one of my secrets. All in at the right place at the right time.
Kirby, this guy gave him a mouthful of life lessons and financial advice. What do you got to say on what this guy was sharing?
Well, it's a lot of things to unpack here. The first thing, the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, if you haven't read it, that's a must read. Another thing, and I'm just gonna call out the highlights of it for me. Um, the one thing that, and Alex, we talked about this recently, is the one thing that he said that he gets remiss. Of course, he said he owns 8 businesses now. I wish the video was longer and it went into it. People think to become a millionaire, you need 8 streams of income. But the thing is, you need one stream to get you there, and then you need to leverage that stream to get you to a million or decamillionaire, and you need to use that to start leveraging other aspects just to keep you at that plateau and then push harder. But mostly everybody that you know, they got rich one way. And then they find other ways after they have the capital, the means, the opportunity, rub shoulders with the right people to leverage out to 5 and 6 and 7 other businesses. The goal is not to get 8 streams of income to get you to 10 million, 20 million, 30 million. The goal is to go hard in one business to get you up there, and then to preserve that money, you put it into other businesses and diversify. Diversity is not the way to get rich. Diversity is a way to stay rich. Another aspect that he put out there, and this is, I think, will be missed by a lot of people, is when he said, take risks. He said, I 100% believe in myself. So I take risks at the right opportunity and the right price. Always. Always. People get to, and I was a victim of this also. They get $500,000, they get to $1 million, and then now they want to sit back and be conservative, try not to spend it. Alex, like we talked about, it's not a conscious decision. Sometimes you just fall into that boat. You're doing better than the people that's around you, and you think, okay, well, I'm doing better than the people that's around me. But the people that's around you, they're doing worse and worse. And as long as you're doing better than them, you're still going down on the decline. But taking risks all the time, always finding an opportunity at the right price, at the right situation to take a risk. That's how you got there. That's how you got to, whatever level of success that you're at. You keep your foot on the gas the whole time. Um, and the last thing I want to point out, so Alex, you can get in on your side, is when he said, "Do you believe in God?" And the guy said, "I more believe in it now." And his reasoning was the same thing that I believe. Of course, I'm not a Bible thumper. I'm not somebody that really talk a lot about religion itself. But I don't mess around with people that don't have a higher moral motive. And what I mean by that, if they have to believe in something, they have to believe in something because I know they have a moral compass. Being around people that have no moral compass at all, that's something that I can't do. And I don't be sitting there like, hey, do you know Jesus? Do you know God? But just telling, the conversation that we have, and I'm not expecting them to be like, oh, yeah, I go to First Baptist Church, second or third Lutheran Catholic on the side of the corner. I don't expect that. But you have to believe in a higher power so you can have a more, so I can know where your range of skullduggery will go. If you don't believe in nothing, then you liable to do anything, especially in the business realm. No, you gotta have some kind of moral code. Because if you don't, you get scammed, cheated, or whatever. And then the thing that people don't see when you're out there is people when you have money, it's only two people you're gonna meet. It's either I think Jalen Rose said this. Jalen Rose said, when you start getting successful, it's only four type of people around. I say two, but he says four type of people around. It's gonna be people that add, subtract, divide, or multiply. That's it. It's gonna be women that's gonna try to come to you to have kids, and I mean men or women come up to you to have kids and whatever, to get child support, to divide your wealth in half. People that's just gonna be coming, hey, let's go out to the club and let's go party. And of course you gotta pay. So they're subtracting from what you're trying to do. You want to be around the people that's gonna add to what you're trying to do or multiply what you're trying to do. Those are the key elements of what he was trying to say there. And I know it was a mouthful. He said a lot and he was talking at a high level, but those are the things that he was trying to prescribe and try to get through people's head from my view from this video. Alex, what you got?
All of his points I thought were really great and in depth, especially the question, like you mentioned, about God. That was very interesting to me. I think that if I'm not trying to make this a religious topic, but I think that if you go your life, especially someone in his position that has been very successful, and you don't believe in something, then everything you're doing is in vain. Now, if you got nothing to lose and you choose not to believe in anything, that's on you. But if you've achieved so much and you believe in legacy, you believe in leaving to your family, you believe in a higher power, I think that it will lead you in the right direction. But to all his points, I think they were excellent. Taking risk at the right time, like he said. What I've learned from when I've taken those risks is, it's beyond your capital. You put in your capital, and then once if you find that right deal, you find that right venture, you put in the capital all in, and then it's also going to require all in from your sweat. You have to put in all the work as well. You have to be dedicated to the process of making that deal that you're going all in work. So, I mean, I really liked his points. And this was a video that you sent to me, coached me on it a little bit, and it's absolutely correct. I mean, you have to continue to grow. And the book reference, I mean, I remember my first book reference from you to me was Rich Dad Poor Dad. Something about hearing someone else that's done it and how they explain it and how they explain their process really starts to make the gears in your brain turn. So you start to think of things differently. I remember, reading that book was really a wake-up call to everything. It was like almost like you start to see things differently than what you're accustomed to being brought up in. Society teaches you how to think about money a certain way, how to think about life a certain way. When you hear perspectives about life and money from someone that is successful, it's very different and very, I want to say disoriented, but that might not be the proper way to say it, but from everybody else's way of thinking about life and money. Um, so I liked all the points that he made. It was interesting, especially his point on living in Dubai, safety. Maybe these are things he's taken in consideration the more that he grows. And to your point on multiple businesses, that is something that I have begun to put more thought into, because just recently I started thinking about the amount of income streams that I have now, and it wasn't it wasn't ever a goal of mine to say, okay, let me, I've got my job, my wife has her job, we got to find another income stream, then we got to find another. And I've heard that point where people say, yeah, you've got to have 7 income streams to become a millionaire. But if you're trying to build up 7 how much are those seven really going to produce you? If you're flipping on eBay and then you're maybe dabbling in stocks, how much income is it really going to bring you if you can't just focus on one and put all into it? So, but now where I am now with my wife, where we have multiple income streams, it's kind of just been a byproduct of just the process. Like we focused in the beginning, I guess, on arbitrage, and then it was turning that capital into, investing in stocks. That's built up, and then, turning that into real estate. And it was kind of just like, okay, what's the next avenue I can deploy this capital and keep the ball turning? But then eventually it was kind of like it brought all those streams of income along with the process. Like it wasn't like we just like scrapped them. And so now it's like now each one is just rolling. And so it's interesting because I think once you become a millionaire, then you'll have more than one income somehow. Like it's just become a part of the process of getting there. Very good video.
And the one thing is like you just said it, most millionaires have multiple streams of income. It's true, but people assume that means they had seven streams of income to become a millionaire.
Right.
No, they get the millions and then they develop seven streams of income to stay a millionaire. And the other thing that he brought up that I forgot to mention in my first opening dialogue was finance and financial success is 10% finance, 90% mindset. The mindset is what gets you there. I don't care how much you're making, but if your mindset is not to grow that money, the money is going to dissipate and go into the ether. Like you said, you grow up your whole life, your parents, the world, the news, the banks, they tell you what money is. Oh, okay, you need a big house, big cars, dog, picket fence. They only teach you and inscribe in your brain that, oh, money is to be spent on stuff that you want. Yeah, because it makes them more money. That's why it's been indoctrinating to you is, oh yeah, you need to make the money and spend it. So, and then the people that indoctrinated that into you, the institution that indoctrinated that makes more money for them. Because if politicians and them saying, that, oh yeah, you need to go spend more money, yeah, because you got sales taxes and all this. You go buy the big house, yeah, you got property taxes. Go buy this, go make more income, yeah, because so they can get more of your income in taxes. Banks, oh, you need to go save, put money here. Oh yeah, because we're gonna do fractional reserve banking, so we're gonna take your money and we're gonna give it out to everybody, and we're gonna make a lot of money off of it and give you a penny. When he said that the money that you put in the bank is not yours anymore, it's the bank. Only thing you gotta do is go look at a bank's financial statement. On a bank financial statement, the money that you deposit is a liability to them. It's not an asset to them, it's a liability. Like you can't go in any bank in the United States right now and be like, hey, I want to go take out $30,000 of my own money. You can't do it. Oh, they're gonna call it, they're gonna be like, hey, no, you gotta give us a 2 week notice because they didn't do your money somewhere else. That's the thing and understanding about it. Like the mindset you buy is go getters, money makers there. That's why I always tell people if you want to be around people that's really shaking and moving, go to Dubai. But if you can't get to Dubai, you need to go around where the people with money are at because they have a different mindset. The mindset is the key element to being financially successful. No matter where you're at, no matter how much money you make, if you have the mindset, you can make money. And
Right.
if you don't have the mindset, no matter how much money you make, you can lose it. And we have hundreds and thousands of examples throughout the history of the world and the United States of people making a lot of money and squandering it all away because the mindset wasn't there. I know people that have the mindset that work at a McDonald's that have more money than people that make $10,000, $15,000 a month. I've seen it because the mindset is different. So that's the biggest takeaway. You want to take calculated risks and you want to have the mindset. If you have those two, those will get you a very, very long way.
That said, guys, if you have any questions or comments, let us know down below. Don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.